Hey there, it's Heather here. It's time for a van life broadcast. I'm home in my hometown, and I'm just on my way to the dealership where I bought my my van, my Jayco Swift 20T. It's a 2023. It was brand new when I got it, but it was a 2023 end of season. Anyways, I didn't feel like I didn't get a full understanding of the van before I hit the road with it twice, and so I've asked the dealership to give me another orientation, and this time I'm going to record it. So stay tuned. I'm on my way now, and I will be back in a minute to give that full demonstration. Hopefully this will help somebody else out there, because I'm going to make them do it very slowly and deliberately and treat me like I'm a 12-year-old that's never driven an RV before and be really careful in the description. So stay tuned. Here we go. Hi everybody, I'm at the dealership. Duncan is going to be our host today. He's going to go through and give us a tour. I'm just going to flip around. You can say hi. Hi Duncan. All right, so I'll tell you what I do know, and I want to do this video in pieces. So each item, each thing, so I can break it up into different topics. So can we start with let's start with the dump part, the
Okay.
black and gray tanks. I did do a dump myself, but I think I missed a whole step. So that's the black tank.
Yeah, and you got your gray here as well. Okay, so basically all you want to do here is, like, when your tank's like full or you're ready to dump your tanks at all, you're going to hook your sewer hose up there. You'll take the cap off and you'll pull your black holding tank gate valve.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why is it further out? Is it unscrewed or something?
No, it's just so you can go over the other plumbing here.
Oh, I see.
Or we can
Is it a little loose or something?
So I can also grab a wrench and I'll tighten that up.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, all you're gonna do is you're gonna pull your black holding tank gate valve, and all your sewer waste will come out.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a black tank flush as well? Yeah. So
That's the part that was missed in my first orientation. So do you run the gray tank after the black tank? So you'd come over here and you push the black one in and then pull the gray one out in order to do both, and that kind of cleans it out a little.
Yeah, correct. So
okay,
when you're dumping your black tank, since you have a black tank flush, I recommend doing this. You'll open that up. You'll hook up your garden hose here. Okay,
so wait, when does the garden hose get hooked up? Like,
so let's say you hook up your sewer hose.
Do these have to be closed? Do they have to be closed before I do that?
Yeah, so basically all you're gonna do is you're gonna hook up your sewer hose, you'll hook up your garden hose, and as soon as you pull that black tank gate valve, you can turn your water on for this.
Oh, no way. Okay, so that was completely missed.
And what that does is it just sprays inside your tank, kind of cleans off the walls as it's draining and off the sensors.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay.
Then,
so that's even before I start emptying the black tank, or after?
That's while you're emptying the tank.
While, okay.
Yeah, you want to make sure that gate valve is open before you start putting water in here.
Okay.
Because
it'll back up.
Yeah, for example, if your gate valve's closed and you start putting water in here, it'll overfill. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Yeah. So it does say on the caution here as well.
Do not use the tank flush valve unless the full-way termination valve is in the open position. Yeah. Can result in an unsanitary condition leading to illness or personal injury. Yeah. Makes sense.
Okay, so yeah, as you're dumping your tank, run water through here.
Okay.
And typically what I do is, like, I have like a clear attachment, right? And at that point, once I see it running kind of clear instead of like brown, that's when I turn the water off. Okay, you can take your garden hose off, close your black tank gate valve. Because
if it's clear, it means it's coming from that tap water.
It's flushed out.
So I pretty much need that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Otherwise,
it just keeps your tank a little cleaner. It cleans your sensors in case there's any like tissues or material on your sensors.
Okay, you know, I just bought something. I bought one of those. I hope it's here. Oh crap! I gotta unlock the door. Hang on a sec. Okay, I gotta unlock the vehicle. Okay, so it's one of those 45 degree or 90 degree thingies, whatever you call it. I hope it's in here. Oh my goodness. It would probably be in here. It smells in here. Oh my God. So this is not clear. Oh, it is clear. So
yeah,
that's perfect. Another. So I'm good then. It's clear.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
so it'll show me.
You'll have that on. You'll have your hose hooked up to here.
Yeah.
This on here like that.
Oh, so the angled one goes here, not at the other end?
Yeah, either or, really.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
And the reason I say this one on the other end is because I was at a dump site.
Yeah.
And they had a little lid, and it went up like this, 45. Yeah. So my hose wouldn't fit in it.
Oh, okay.
So that might have helped me, actually, right?
Yeah, so like I said, either or, whatever works for you.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, so as you drain your black tank, let this keep running until it kind of runs clear, right? Then you know everything's flushed out.
Okay.
It's all kind of cleaned out. You'll turn the faucet off, right? Disconnect your garden hose, close this black tank valve, and then you can drain your gray.
Then drain the gray, right? Because you're okay. Right. And the order of things matters. That's why I wanted this recorded.
Yeah, just ideally, like you want to do your gray separate, especially for units that don't have the black tank flush.
Yeah.
Just because it washes all like the poop and stuff out,
yeah.
you know. So
yeah,
it's better to have a bit of gray water than some solids or anything inside your garden or your sewer hose.
Perfect. Okay, good. Okay, so the next thing, let's do fresh water. How do I fill up my water tank? I know this sounds simple, but so there is the settings in there inside. So actually we probably have to go in the other way because I've got stuff piled up here. Okay, so yeah, I've been dumping things in the van just to get ready for the next, and I have to clean it and everything. So go ahead in, and on the bottom right underneath the bed there is the little thingy, and I do want to document this.
Here.
It's one of those where you have to change the here on the door.
Yeah, so I can stand on the outside, and I think you can maybe see.
Okay.
All right. So obviously it tells you a number for each position that the valve is supposed to be in.
Yeah.
So if you want to do like filling your fresh tank, you're gonna go to city fill tank. Okay, so you're gonna turn it to 1 and then 6 in the position that you currently have it in.
Okay.
Okay, then you would hook up your garden hose to your city water connection on the exterior, and then it'll start to fill your tank. Yeah. When your tank is full, it'll start overflowing out the bottom. There's a line that comes off the top of the tank, and it'll just start pouring out onto the ground.
So city fill tank, that's like RV parks and stuff use that?
That's like what you would want to fill your tank, like if you're not going to be at a park with the water hookup, right? Because so you can still run water inside here. Because
I did it with the city fill tank at home through my garden hose, and it did not work. So I had to use, was it City Fixtures or Country Fill? It was one of the two other ones in the top 3 there. That actually I ended up having, so I went a whole weekend without water because I thought it filled, but it didn't, and I didn't test it before I left home, unfortunately. So I'd like to see the difference between all 3. It's full now.
Okay, so it's full, and then once it's full, if you want to like use your water pump, you'd have to turn it to normal. So it's only filling, so it may have filled. Right, that first time that you did it, but then you have to change the valves to normal. So you'd go to 2 and 3, right? So you would go to 3 and 5, right? And now we can turn your water pump on. Okay. And then now it'll suck water from your fresh tank and then go to your fixtures now.
Okay, so
is that something you want to try?
Yes, we have to try it because I have to see it to believe it. So that means, so my fresh water's full. Yeah. So that includes the toilet and the sink, right? That's the toilet and the sink because that's the water I need to run. Yeah. So this is dirty, but
that's okay. So we have to turn your water pump on.
Oh, the pump has to go on. So that's okay. The pump. I'm not on. That's why. So there's the main power has to be on in order to access this, right? Okay, and then there's the water pump.
Fresh is full, so yeah, hit water pump.
See how the blacks is full? I had emptied it, so I don't know why it's full. It's because somebody's told me it's probably because it's all bunged up.
Oh.
Because I didn't clear it properly.
So yeah.
Okay, good. So that's the deal. Okay, good. We got running water. Okay, and the toilet will flush.
Yes,
as
correct.
well. Okay, well that's
and
easy.
Then
so I can either turn the water pump on here or in the back. Either or?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to turn it back off.
Okay,
perfect.
Now, if you're going to be at like a campsite that has a water hookup,
yeah.
Okay, and like you want to travel without water in your tank, save some gas, save some weight.
Okay.
Right? You can always have your tank empty. If you know you're going to be somewhere, you can turn it to tank fixtures, or city fixtures, I mean.
I see.
So, right, the first one, so 2 and 6. Now that'll be when you hook up your garden hose and you turn your garden hose on, it'll pressurize the water system that way.
Ah.
It uses a garden hose pressure.
So it'll use the water right out of the hose.
Yeah.
And no pump needed.
Correct.
It's a whole other story. If I'm at an RV park or something.
Yeah.
Or plugged into my friend's outdoor tap or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Type of thing. Okay, good. I think I get it. It's coming slowly.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
And then country fill or sanitized tanks. That's going to use your water pump. So there's going to be a siphon line on your water pump that normally you kind of hook up like your antifreeze to, so you can run antifreeze through your system. And what that's going to do is that you would put like a little bit of bleach in like a jug, and you can pump water from the jug into your fresh tank.
Okay.
So then it can kind of clean it out, right? And that's going to be the country fill or sanitized tank.
I see.
Okay, and then your sanitized and winterized lines, that's going to be when you find your water pump. It's going to have a line on it, just like for that for the other one. And you can put it into a jug of antifreeze at that point, and you'll turn your pump on, and then it'll pump antifreeze through all your lines.
And then just sit.
So then you can,
and
like,
you can leave
winterize
it sitting.
Yeah, correct.
I see.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to live in the van in the winter.
Okay.
We'll have to figure that out. You guys got to help me. How do you live in your van in the winter?
Yeah.
Because there's probably adjustments I need to get made, right? Like, I'm going to go to either Assise or Victoria, so it's like very unlikely to freeze. It might freeze, but...
I think you're okay. As long as you're living in it and like you always kind of have like your furnace like set at a decent temperature, it'll...
So if it's heated inside, that'll protect the pipes?
Yes.
And how cold would it be before I start worrying? Like... Zero, is it 0 or is it -5 or like?
No, it's probably more like -10.
Really? As long as it's warm inside.
Yeah, like at least when it comes down to like maybe dumping your tanks, things like that. Like typically it shouldn't be too bad as long as you're using it. But like in very extreme temperatures, it may kind of just put like an ice block in your drainage, like on. So it might be kind of tough to drain.
So I might notice.
Yeah.
And that's when I need to
but
worry.
everything inside.
So if it does start to freeze, what should I do?
Basically, you're just going to turn your furnace all the way up.
Okay,
like,
just melt it.
Yeah, essentially.
Is there any like pipe wrapping that has to be done or anything like that to help? No? Okay.
No, you should be good. All your plumbing should be above the floor inside here.
I see.
Right?
It's more internal. It's not like a house where it's in the ground or underneath or whatever.
Exactly.
Shower.
I'm just going to pull this down so this is where we put the water. Right? And now that your water pump's on, your valves are in the normal
okay.
position,
Yeah.
right? We should be able to just kind of turn the...
Oh my God, you're turning on the shower.
Turn this.
That's exciting.
There's...
Did I turn the pump off though? Here, let me turn it on. I can do it right here. There's a water pump button here. It's on? Okay, maybe it takes a minute.
Should go right away.
Okay, the tap works. Now this is exciting. I've never used any of this.
I'm not sure what this is.
Okay.
So there we go.
It's the yellow is probably from first time it's being run or something, or why is the water yellow or orange?
It could have been leftover antifreeze from Jayco.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so you just dip it to
This is
to empty it. I've never seen this before, so this is great for the sink and the. Look at you guys. This tiny space has a sink, a toilet, and a shower. Isn't that great?
Yeah. So there you go.
And then that's temperature control.
Yeah.
This one, hey? So this looks like it turns on the water, and then this one, it controls the temperature, or hang on, let me see. So no.
So you can turn that.
So what did that do? The top one? What's the difference?
This is, from my understanding, this is a basically what it does is it recirculates anything that's going, basically the water that's going through the hot line after your hot water tank eventually gets cold. Okay, right? Like when it's not being used. And what this does is it just recirculates it. So now that you'll have hot water right away at your shower head, rather than wasting that little bit of water for it to turn hot eventually.
I see. Okay, good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what this is going to be for.
Okay.
And it also would turn off your water.
Okay, so the steps are.
That one's operating.
Okay, so the neutral position is what it's in. It has the little.
Yeah. So to the right here, I can actually hear I can hear it running.
Okay, so it has that little button.
I can feel it, and you can feel the water. It's circulating. That what's left of that hot line that could potentially get cold eventually.
Yeah.
It's running that back into your fresh tank,
Mm-hmm.
and then bringing new hot water up to your faucet.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay. So then the neutral position, and then when I come in, it's in that position, or no? We have to switch it back now. I need the steps.
Yeah, I'm kind of just figuring out as we go.
Yeah, totally. That's fine.
Yeah, to the straight up and down, it'll run. Well, that should just overflow in the back.
In theory, yeah. I need to clean anyways. Water is going to be good in here.
Yeah. So straight up and down, the shower will operate. To the right, it'll recirculate. So I would just go straight up and down.
Yeah.
And then to the right.
Okay.
Those are the only
so
two.
Straight up and down
Is operating the shower.
Operating the shower. So, but when I'm not operating the shower, it's to the right so that it can push it back.
So it can circulate.
Yeah, and then once it's done circulating, can I just leave it in that position, or?
No, because it'll just keep circulating.
Oh.
Right, so you have to turn it back up to the top.
Gotcha.
Depends how particular you are about it.
I don't care if it runs cold for a bit.
Yeah, then essentially just leave it in this position all the time.
Yeah.
And then you'll be okay. Every time you want to use your shower, it'll just work for you.
Right. So that's probably all I'm going to remember. Okay. I mean, I have the video. This is why I have a video. Let's look at the Truma system, and that takes care of the...
your hot water and the interior heat.
Okay, the furnace.
Right, like your furnace.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so we'll just hit the button here. This flashing one right here with the motorhome symbol. That's your interior heat, right? So if you can set the temperature here, right? If you want it at...
What's a good setting for that?
This is degrees Fahrenheit, so I think 75 is like roughly 20, 25.
I think 70 is normal, so let's put it on. Actually, let's keep it at 68 because that's what I would do at home.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, wait, that's...
So once you set this,
68.
Okay, you'll come back here, and then you'll just click the button to escape.
Mm-hmm.
Once it calls for heat, it'll light, and it'll just do it on its own. Okay.
It scares me, but anyways.
Yeah, and then this one here is your hot water. Okay, so you can turn it to eco mode or hot.
Oh.
Right.
So eco mode, is that also going to give me hot, but it'll...
Yeah, it's just like you probably wouldn't want to run a shower with it. It would just kind of give you like warm water, like when you're washing your hands, things like that. It'll just kind of...
It preserves energy if I don't need to shower. Gotcha. Yeah, right. That's good to know.
Okay, and then this function over here, where underneath the tank. So it'll operate on gas, so it's strictly propane.
Yeah.
Mix means it'll run on gas and electric at the same time.
Oh.
So that kind of helps with recovery time or like if you want to, let's say you have a shower and you have it on mix, you can have a much longer shower because you kind of have two heat sources keeping the water hot.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay, let's put mix then as the default.
Yeah. And then if you were just strictly plugged in and you didn't want to run your propane at all, you can just have it on electric, right?
Electric only. Okay.
Yeah, so you can keep it on mix. And
there's 1 and 2. Do you know the difference, or I can?
It's just how strong the heat is going to be. Like if you don't need it quite as hot or anything like that. Yeah.
So mix 2, is that less? Do you think, or
mix 2 would be more?
More. So let's put on mix 1.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to be as frugal and as minimalist as possible.
Okay, and then let's just go to the fan over here, and this is your fan speed inside. Okay, so eco or high.
I think probably high, because...
Right, so that's how hard the fan is going to push the heat.
I so use the fan.
Okay,
it's the most beautiful thing, and I've heard other people say the same. This fan in this van is really good.
Yeah, and then that's all you really need to know about that.
Okay.
You can get into other...
Can we change the setting to... I see settings, the wrench on the bottom. Would that change it to Celsius?
Yeah, we can do that. Temperature.
Let's do that, because it's... Yeah, there we go. Because I'm Canadian, so... You know how it is.
Yeah, so we should be.
So it should be like 21. Let's put it down to 18 because I like it cool.
Okay. So yeah, that's strictly just your heat though, right? Like that's not your air conditioner as well.
Okay. Well, heat 18 still because I don't like it too hot. So I like blankets.
And yeah, so we can see here that there's a exclamation point at the bottom.
Yeah, I was noticing
if there was a fault, so right now I'm assuming your gas maybe isn't on or we're not plugged in.
Okay.
Right, so it's showing a fault, and in your manual pack it should tell you all your default fault codes.
Yeah.
And then we look up W45.
45.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And in the manual pack it would tell you like
what that means.
Yeah, like for example, it might not be seeing 120 volt power, or it's not lighting on gas, right? So then you can check those things to make sure your propane's on or make sure you're plugged in.
That's our next topic,
right?
For sure. Because the propane scares the heck out of me. I tried the stove, it didn't work. I shut it off, end of story.
And then there's other settings in here as well. Like you can set start times for hot water. Like if you typically wake up at a certain time and want to run it, always have hot water at like 8 o'clock in the morning. You can set those as well.
Okay. So in this van, that hot water is ready to go right away though. I don't have to wait.
Yeah, it's like on-demand. So you have to wait for it to heat up.
Oh yeah.
But once it's hot, it'll remain hot.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just stand at the shower and hold out my hand, and when it gets to the temperature, then wait for it to come in, type of thing.
Yeah. So you'll have to turn this on.
Yeah.
And then you'll kind of wait like.
So this on. So what am I turning on? Sorry.
So that hot water function.
My dumbness is starting.
Right there, the flash, this hot water up top.
Yeah.
So we make sure that's turned on to hot.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this is just your source, like whether it's gas or electric. So you don't have to change that ever.
Okay.
Really. And then
it's more that it has to be hot. But what happens when I'm done my shower? Do I have to come back and change it, turn it, change it back?
No, it'll just go to a temperature. Yeah, you can just leave it.
Okay, good. That's good news for me.
You don't have to play with it.
The less maneuvering, the better. Okay, good. All right. So then that's it for that, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, I'm going to stop. So let's do the stove. I want to use the stove.
Okay,
so the propane,
this is on.
Okay, there's the on button for the propane tank. What's the yellow thing?
This is where you would fill it.
Oh,
so when you bring it to like a gas station or something.
But they fill it for me,
yeah,
right?
this will be where they fill it from, okay?
Okay, all right. Yeah. I didn't even know that someone does it for you.
Yeah.
And I'll never have to do it, which I'm happy about.
You have to have like a ticket for it.
And what's the other little thing?
This is what they'll use when they're filling it.
Okay.
Once it's full, they open this up and it kind of starts shooting propane out.
Yeah.
And once it's shooting, you know it's full.
I see.
Right? So.
Okay, it's okay to shoot propane like that?
Yeah, we can just do it.
A little bit. Okay, so it is on right now.
That's what they do when they fill it, right?
So let's turn it off. Leave it on because we're going to go shut the stove. So what else uses propane?
Your Truma system.
Okay. Truma is
your
hot water and stove. Okay.
And it'll just be the stove. I don't believe your fridge is strictly 12 volt.
Okay.
So yeah, it's going to be just your Truma system and your stovetop. Okay, so now that the gas is on,
yeah,
you turn it to light. Just wanna see if I can hear it.
Because I did try it, it did not work. Light. Oh, this one did. Okay.
Yeah, so you'll let it light, and then you can turn it to high.
So you hold the button down, then you turn it on. Or which order do you do?
I'll show you here. So we'll try this one now.
Okay.
So we'll turn it to light, and I kind of press
hold
it in.
Hold it down. Okay, that's what I did wrong.
And then you spark it.
I didn't hold it down.
You hold it for a quick second.
Yeah.
And then now you can turn it to high.
Gotcha.
Right.
Oh, beautiful. Nice.
You can turn it off now.
Oh my God.
All
Okay,
right.
that's so good. It's just one simple little thing I used.
Yeah, now you can eat.
And I have a gas stove at home, but I didn't know to hold that button in.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Okay, so it's dirty still. I have to do a major clean. Okay, so that's that. Now we're going to talk about the stove and the microwave for a minute. So you said the fridge runs, right now the master power is on. So this fridge is on.
Correct. Yeah, your fridge just runs off your battery.
So when I
power.
turn the master switch off, this will turn off.
Correct.
And that's what I'll do when it's parked in the driveway at home.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, and then the microwave, I couldn't get it to work. So
you either have to be plugged in or have your generator running.
Okay, so the microwave needs to be plugged into shore power or
have your generator
have
running.
the generator running.
Because that's how the RV is going to get the 120 volt power.
Oh, because it's a high volt situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha, okay.
Right.
All right, that's fair. Can we do that? Let's start the generator.
Okay,
so how do we do that?
We got the generator here. You should be able to just hit the start button, hold it. Now it's running.
Sounds like a motor that just started up and it's running. And you can tell it's running because it says gen running. There's the start button right there. And we're on the main page. What page are we on?
Yeah, we're just on the main page.
Main page, okay.
And then it may take a second,
okay.
But once the generator's kind of running, we should hear power click on. We should see this light up.
Okay, so it takes a minute. So it hasn't yet? It hasn't started up yet?
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, okay. This is great because I can live with a mic. I don't even really need the stove, to be honest, the way that my lifestyle. But anyways. So it takes a minute. Got it. Okay, we're getting some, looks like it's starting up.
Yeah, so
is that
now
on?
that's on.
Okay.
Right, you can open it.
Oh yeah, the light's on inside. Okay, gotcha.
Right.
That's for this. So it's convection. This is great because I can do it. There must be this is an oven, an actual oven. It's a convection oven and microwave.
Yeah.
Does it have an air fryer, this one? I have an air fryer in my microwave at home.
No,
doesn't look like it. That's okay though, because if I ever need an oven, I can't imagine I would. But anyways, it's there.
Yeah, it has all your instructions up here as well.
Oh, cool.
Right, so if you need to convection with preheat, convection without preheat, roast.
Oh my gosh.
Right, so you have all your different kind of.
That's genius. Why put in an oven when you can do this and have both? Okay, and then, so there's nothing to, like the fan thing, there's nothing else I need to do, just that's basically it. Nice and
essentially.
Simple. Okay, so then what else would the generator
your
power?
Air conditioner.
Okay, let's stop for a moment. Okay, so next we have the generator still running from going through the microwave. You have to have the generator to run the microwave. However, you also need the generator to run the air conditioner. Yes.
Yeah, just when you're not plugged in. Right?
Okay, so if I'm plugged into shore power,
yes.
Let's back up here. If I'm plugged into shore power, I can run the air conditioner.
Yeah, you'll run anything like, so your outlets, you know, like your household outlets that you plug like your phone charger into, things like that. Your air conditioner and your microwave, and like let's say the electric function on your Truma system.
Yeah.
They all require 120 volt power.
Which is generator or shore power.
Yes, or your inverter.
Or the inverter. Oh my God. Okay.
So really, essentially, like, you don't have to run your inverter. That uses your 12 volt power to create 120 volt power.
Okay.
If you were trying to conserve gas, let's say, then you would run your inverter. Right. You just have to kind of be mindful of how much you're using because you can drain your
12
batteries
volt.
down.
Yeah. the house
You really wouldn't
batteries.
want to be running like your air conditioner on it. It would be good for like charging your phone or quickly heating up something on the microwave or like watching TV, right? But you wouldn't really want to run your air conditioner because it's too much of a draw on your batteries.
Okay.
So anytime you want to run your air conditioner, basically you want to be plugged into short power or you have your generator running.
I'm going to be boondocking 90% of the time. I don't do RV parks.
Yeah,
I'm
then
not
you'll be
that
running
person.
your generator. Like,
Okay.
It sounds like if you're going to be boondocking a lot, the generator's going to be your best friend.
Right.
When it comes
And
to
then
running.
does the solar on the roof charge up the generator?
Solar on the roof charges up your house batteries, is what we call them. So they're the 12-volt batteries that supply power to everything in here.
Gotcha. Okay. So how does the generator get charged up?
The generator uses the batteries, your house batteries essentially. So I guess you could say the solar charges your
indirectly.
batteries. Yeah, indirectly.
So the generator would probably also, does it also get charged up when I'm driving? And the batteries, the house batteries?
Yes.
So if I'm driving, it's all charging as I go.
Yes.
So the gas is doing that.
Yes.
Okay. See, I'm starting to get it.
Yeah.
I'm starting to. I don't want. Yeah, this is so new. Okay. Yeah. So the air conditioner is either shore power or generator.
Correct.
And I'm going to need it really soon. So then how do I turn it on? How do I function?
Okay, then we'll come over here.
Okay.
And then we'll go to your little thermostat here.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go to climate, and we want to turn it down. Let's say you want it at 18. I believe that's Fahrenheit as well.
And it's 44 in here right now.
Yeah.
That's Celsius, you guys. That's like,
Celsius.
what, 120 or something?
It's hot, yeah.
Yeah, that's like
So
really...
we'll just click cool.
Yeah. Okay, so we want to cool. So it's going to kick in. Oh my God, you guys. It's kicking in. It's hot air, but it's going to cool off, right? Okay, so it is definitely hot right now, but it's going to take a minute to cool off. What are these? Just vents, right? Oh, that closes it. Okay. That one's open too, and that's it. There's nothing more to it here. Somebody was talking about buying something that pointed down, but you know what? Cold air falls, so it'll come out and fall.
It's a small area as well inside.
True, it's not a massive RV. Maybe it was a big RV they were talking about.
Yeah, I think you got more than enough here to cool off the space.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's starting to cool down a little bit now.
I can feel that. Yeah, that's awesome.
These air conditioners, when it's this hot out, they can struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to get the temperature down so much.
Yeah.
When it's this hot, I would kind of keep your RV as cool as possible, like in the morning.
Yeah.
And then
don't let it get hot and then turn it on. Let it gradually.
It'll work better when it's trying to just maintain the cool than it is to really try to bring it down from 45 degrees in here down to, like, let's say 20 degrees. It'll really work the air conditioner quite hard.
Yeah.
So at the same time.
That's the way to break things.
Yeah.
That's the same as my window unit at home. My air conditioner, it's better just to run it and let it adjust itself, and then it's harder on it, less hard on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. This is the fire alarm. Is that just
alarm.
Is that automatically just working? I don't need to turn anything on or whatever.
There's a 9-volt battery in there, so you will kind of want to check it every so often.
Okay.
There's a button here where if you press and hold, it'll beep at you. To test it, yes.
Perfect. Okay, good. I think I got my camera pointed right. Okay, that's perfect. Oh my God. You're making this easy. Trust me, and filming it is good for me because I won't remember a thing. So the bath fan's also on here. So what is that?
I haven't actually seen that, so let's just go see if it turns on.
Something's happening. It's blowing lightly. Here, I'll let you in there. Oh, you're coming up. He's coming up. Okay. So.
Yeah, so it just turns it on from that switch there.
So it is on, hey?
Yeah.
I can feel hot air, so it'll cool off eventually, or?
Yeah, it's trying to suck air out.
Oh, it's sucking out.
When you push this up and down, it lifts the lid.
Oh.
So now it can actually push the hot.
So I need to push the lid up to let it go out when I'm in the shower, and it lets the steam out.
Exactly.
It's kind of common sense.
Yeah.
So when I'm done, I should close that because that goes external, right?
Yeah, like if you're trying to keep it cold in here or whichever, or in the winter time you would want to close this, right? You don't want the cold air coming in or creating a draft or anything like that. But yeah.
Or if I do want ventilation, I can open it just to let the cool air in. If it's nighttime, let the cool air in, because that's what I do at home. Okay, I didn't understand that. Like, what is this? How does that work? What's the red button for? These
so it's also an on-off switch.
Oh, it's an on-off switch.
Yeah.
So leave it on because I can turn it off at the thing. So that's just the manual switch. Okay, so I can turn this off. So how do I turn this off? So the fan I can turn off here. And then, so when I want to turn off the air conditioning,
you just touch where it says cool.
Oh, okay, that's it. Okay. And then it takes a second and stops. It's really nice. It's working. Yeah. And then this I figured out. Did I though? Hang on.
Yeah, so that's going to be separate from your display over there. This one you'll have to crank up.
Okay, right, so you have to open it manually. I've already used it and then turned it on. And it worked.
Fan speeds here.
And that's 12-volt batteries.
Correct.
House batteries. Yeah. House power. Okay, yeah, I did figure that out and it was good enough. But it wasn't this hot either, so. Okay, okay, I'm gonna stop. Turn the generator off.
Yeah, we'll just hit stop.
Hit stop, okay. Now this AGS thing, I don't understand. Somebody already...
So that's automatic generator start.
Okay.
Is what that is. So enabling automatic generator start, it gives you like a little warning here. Hold the enable button for 3 seconds. Okay. So now it's enabled.
So what does that do?
So it'll turn on at low voltage, right? So if your batteries start dying, essentially, the generator will kick on, so it'll charge your batteries back up.
Is that good to leave on?
Yeah, you can leave it on. There's no harm in.
But it'll only kick in if it needs to charge the house batteries.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, there's all these different settings.
Yeah. Right? So all of this.
It'll tell you if it drops below 12.5, the generator is going to try to start up.
Okay.
Okay. So it'll take 60 seconds once it reaches that voltage.
Okay. That's the current setting now.
Yep. And then it'll stop at 13.5 when it's charged.
Is that a good maximum? Yeah. Okay.
And then max generator runtime. It'll try to start twice if it were ever to happen, and then it'll try within 30 seconds of each time.
Gotcha. Okay, so these settings all look good as a default, and I can leave that on because if the house batteries get low, you want the generator to kick in and boot them back up again. Yeah. Okay, good.
Right, so it's very good to have on, for example, if you are going to be using your inverter. So if we were to go to the inverter, right now you'll see like your microwave isn't powered up, things like that, right? If we turn it on, so it's enabled now.
Okay.
So depending on certain inverters, it may only power certain things. Like
is inverter the solar panels?
No, it's not. So the inverter just takes your 12-volt power, turns it into 120-volt power. Okay. So this one, for example, to me, you're only going to have power at like your outlets and things like that. So it
doesn't affect the microwave. I do need the generator for the microwave. That's okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I won't use it that much.
So yeah, we'll just turn that off, and that just turns on and off just by pressing that.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I hit it twice. Just disable it.
Make sure, yeah, looks like it's off. Okay, and then so back to the AGS again. Do I click this to get into the settings?
Yeah, so just touch
settings?
it. Yeah.
Okay, whoops.
Or when you enable it, and then press and hold.
Okay,
so now it's enabled.
I had a question. Tank heater?
Tank heaters? Oh, this is perfect for you. If you're going to be doing the winter camping, right, just turn your tank heaters on. All that does, it just heats up your holding tanks, so then you won't have to worry about the freezing of your tanks at all, like that we talked about at one point.
Wow.
So that's perfect.
It uses the power to
and they're
warm it.
They're controlled by a thermostat, so you can almost just leave it on all the time. And once it drops below a certain temperature, that I'm not sure of the certain temperature, but it'll start to heat your tanks. Okay, so it'll prevent any freezing or slushy tanks.
AGS. I want to go in there again. Whoops, I keep doing that. What did I want to ask about this though? Where's the AGS settings? Oh, it's up here, right?
Yeah.
Here. So I had a question. So quiet start and stop. That's like the park is quiet after 10.
Yeah, so typically you get like a couple hours or between, I think it's like 2 hours between 8 and 10. Mm-hmm. You're able to run stuff, and same thing in the morning. So quiet time, stop.
Not that I'm going to be in parks much, but yeah.
So we can kind of do that.
And at 13.5, okay, all right. Okay, so I think that's...
There, we'll just go up. So then it'll only let it run for a couple hours. If if it had to kick on, it'll only run for a couple hours and won't get you in trouble.
Gotcha. Okay. So I can leave this on, everything as is, even, well, I don't need the tank heater.
Yeah, and you don't really need your water pump on when you're not using it. It's not.
Does it take up energy to have it on?
No, not until it runs.
Okay, so maybe I'll just leave it on.
Okay.
But turn off the main power when I get home later.
Yeah, when you do that, this may turn on, and then you would maybe have to turn this back on. Right, it may go back to like a default when it starts back up again.
Okay. But if I leave the water pump on when I'm at home, that's okay? No harm, no foul?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, all right. Look at the 43.9 degrees.
I know, it's crazy.
That's like, what, 120 or something? That's desert, like high desert. It's really friggin' hot. We're both sweating. Okay, I think that's everything. Have I had issues? I had this one question. Can we go around? Do you know anything about the truck part?
A little bit.
Okay, so I'm just gonna... The question is, how do I know that the solar panel is working?
So we just go to the home page. We'll click the solar button.
Yeah.
Okay, and now it's showing you that it's charging. Alright, so it's bulk charging here at 13.1 volts. It's doing 7 amps right now. It shows you a history of how much it's charging. And really it's kind of a...
It's constantly charging, whether the whole thing's on or not? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do I know it's full? Which...
You kind of go by your voltage, essentially, so...
13.1 is full, isn't it? Pretty much. Okay.
Yeah, like your house battery right now, you're over 13 volts, so...
That's pretty close to full.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that means the solar would be full too.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right.
And the black tank is almost empty, but it's dirty in there, so I have to go over and do it.
Yeah, so you'll want to make sure you are using like RV toilet paper.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely using that black tank flush that I showed you about.
I didn't do the flush, so that's what they told me, is do the flush.
Yeah.
Like I have to dump again because it is not totally empty, and then flush it, and then that should go down to 0. Too. Yeah, I have the chemicals in there, so it's all broken down. Thank God, because. Yeah. And anyways, so that 100% should go back down to 0. And if it doesn't, I'll just come back because something's wrong then. Okay, good. Hey everybody, thank you for joining me on this little orientation that I did with the dealership. The van is only about a month or 2 old, in my possession for a month or 2. And I had a million questions. I had trouble on the road figuring everything out on my own. The manual was not helpful whatsoever. For me, I needed that TLC, and the guy was just great. Duncan did a great job helping me out. So I think at this point I'm going to have my own reference to help me navigate how to use the van, and I think I got everything. The nice part is going to be the shower, and everything seems to be good. So thanks for joining me, and I'll create, I'm going to try to create chapters. I'm not sure how to do that, but now's the time to learn. So anyways, take care, have a great day, happy van lifing. Bye.